Well, keep your eye out because it's one of the smallest birds that you can see here in Ohio. It's the hummingbird. And here to talk about that is Marie Walton from Johnny Appleseed. Welcome, Marie.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, tell us about the hummingbird. I love this bird.
Yeah, I was just reading my edition of Zoo Books, the Hummingbird edition, straight from the 1990s. And look at all of the different types of hummingbirds that exist in the world. There's so much diversity in the hummingbird world. If there is a color of hummingbird that you can imagine, it exists somewhere in the world. And here in Ohio, we have what I think might be the prettiest one of all. It's called the ruby-throated hummingbird, and it looks just like this.
Oh, yeah.
You can see it's called the ruby-throated hummingbird for that red throat that it has right there, but really only the male has that red throat. This is a picture of the male and the female, and as you can see, they both have a lovely emerald green back, white bellies, but the female's missing that characteristic red throat. So it's named for the male hummingbird, but they're really pretty. And this time of year, they're making their long migration. They go to South America in the winter because that's where there's an abundance of food for them, and then they're coming back up north this time of year to make their nests and mate and lay their eggs. So usually a mommy hummingbird has 2 eggs and 2 babies, and they're coming up to raise them. And it takes a lot of energy for them to travel that long way. They're such a small bird. You can see I've brought some hummingbird mounts over here and over here. You can see how tiny they are, but they still travel so far. And not only are they doing a really long journey, but they also flap their wings a lot. So, do you want to try something with me, Chris?
Sure.
Okay, get your arms ready like wings. We're going to flap.
Right.
I'm going to count to 1 Mississippi, and we'll see how many times we can flap in that time. Are you ready?
All right, I'm ready.
All right, count inside your mind. 1 Mississippi. How many times did you flap?
Oh, I'm keep flapping, Marie. I mean, this is what I do at home when I'm bored. No.
You're well practiced. I think I flapped about 5 times.
Yeah.
A hummingbird can flap its wings 200 times per second. And that's what's going to give it its incredible maneuverability. So they can fly forwards, they can fly backwards, they can hover in midair, and they can even fly upside down.
Ooh.
So they're flapping a lot, they're traveling a lot, and it's using a lot of energy. And so that's why when we see hummingbirds in our own yards or pictures of them, a lot of times they're eating. They're going from flower to flower trying to get a little extra energy so that they can get around. So they eat not only the nectar from flowers, but for a little more sustenance, they're going to eat little insects, spiders, tiny little caterpillars, and that's what they feed to their young. They're just getting the quick energy from the flowers so they can keep moving along their way. So there are a couple things that we can do to help them because they are on their way back right now. You can track them on a website called hummingbirdcentral.com, and people self-report when they see hummingbirds in their yards, and you can actually see as they're going up north, the people have been sighting them. It's really cool. So last time I checked was a couple days ago, and they were just seen in Kentucky. So they should be here within a few days.
All right.
So to help them, we can plant flowers in our yards that they love to drink the nectar from. They can get some energy that way. What do you notice about all of these flowers?
They're all red.
They're all red.
Yeah.
They love red. The ruby-throated hummingbird, the male has red on its throat to attract the female, and they're also attracted to red flowers. If you want to give them, because with flowers you have to plant them and wait for them to grow, if you want to help them immediately, you can make or buy a hummingbird feeder. So they come in all different shapes and sizes. Woo! This one is a nice large one that holds a lot. Also, hummingbird feeders are often going to be red. And you're holding one of my favorite ones.
I've never seen this. It's a ring.
It's a hummingbird feeder ring, so you can make hummingbird nectar to put in there. And hummingbird nectar is just 1 part sugar, 4 parts water. You heat it up together so that the sugar's no longer gritty. You don't have to boil it, but get it warm, and the liquid will be smooth. Wait for it to cool. You can fill up any of these feeders, even the ring. And if you stood outside with that ring and stood super still and were really patient and quiet, a hummingbird might come up and take a little drink.
That's awesome.
Straight from your finger. And also, you can make a hummingbird feeder yourself. So if you have a spice jar, this is just a normal spice jar that I took the top part of the lid off of. It's got the holes so the hummingbird can still fit its long beak in there. You could fill this with the hummingbird nectar as well, the sugar water recipe, and feed hummingbirds with this. The red lid will attract them, so it already has that, any spice jar with a red lid. I just painted red flowers on there, but you could paint any design on there because it already has the red lid. So those are some ways that we can help hummingbirds as they're on their way back.
I love it. Marie, I'm so excited to see those hummingbirds once again.
Me too.
All right, well, thanks for coming out today.
Thank you so much.
Well, don't go away, because we have more when we return.